Alright, so 1097 is out, and as always, Oda is doing a fantastic job at torturing me because I was convinced I couldn't love Kuma anymore. So Oda's just like, oh, you can't love him anymore? Hold my beer. Here's the next chapter. And I love Kuma even more. We start off with a gorgeous cover page where it's Kuma, and Kuma means bear, so he's in a river fishing for salmon like a bear would. But he uses his pop-pop fruit to teleport it over to Ginny, who's grilling it up on a grill, and that's just adorable. And you see the bullies who turn into Bonney's crew members in the future off to the side, and I'm pretty sure that's confirmed for them to be the ones who are on Bonney's crew. So I just really love this cover page. It's so cute. But that's not why I love Kuma even more. It's for all the trauma that Oda inflicts upon me in this poor boy's life. So we start off with him as a pastor in I'm pretty sure it's his family's old church. And he's just trying to help people. All these old people come in and they're like, we have these aches and pains. My hip hurts. I twisted my ankle. I'm in pain. And Kuma can heal, or not really heal, but push away either pain and heal minor injuries, which we'll talk about that after. But they're like, oh, thank you so much. You're such a good boy. Thank you for helping us out. I wish you could do this throughout the week. Why is it only this one day a week? And Ginny comes out, oh, you're all so selfish, asking for too much. Get out of here. You're not even paying us for him doing this. And they're like, well, we want to donate and contribute, but the celestial dragons and the heavenly tributes and whatever are taking all our money and we just can't afford it. And if we can't afford it, then we end up in jail. And like, I know somebody who starved to death in jail. And Kuma's like, don't even worry about it. I'm just happy I can help. And it's so sweet, wonderful, darling, angel, sweetest boy. We go to Ginny and Kuma's home later on in this church, and we see the big pa bubble thing. And Kuma touches it, and then the next thing we know, agony. He is in so much pain as he takes in all the pain, I assume just throughout the week, this isn't just building up throughout the month or anything, that he's accumulated from all these people that he's trying to help, and you see Ginny sobbing, so upset that he's going through this. And he explains that if he hadn't taken it in, then eventually that pain would just go back to its original owner. And he can't let people suffer like that. He wants to help, the martyr that he is. And Ginny is taking care of him, ice bag on the head, trying to bandage him up. And him, cause Kuma, my God, my boy, is just apologizing to her. I'm sorry you have to see me go through this. I'm sorry that my suffering is causing you pain because you have to witness it and take care of me. I will get stronger so you won't have to deal with my pain. And she's like, that is not the point. Oh, my sweet, sweet boy. But then they're just like, hey, we have food. Yay, let's eat. So they just have a meal together. And I love them. I love them together so very much. I don't ship characters really ever. I think there's one couple that aren't even a couple in an anime manga that I'm just like, yep, they're together. They're in love. Don't care. But that's the only example. Every other couple or ship in anime and manga, I don't care about at all. Save this one. But Kuma and Ginny, they are super cute and 100% tugging on my heartstrings. I want them together. I want them happy. But, and clearly, we have Bonney. So they're together. They're happy. Ginny has to be Bonnie's mother. Or is she? I don't even know if this is going to count as tinfoil hat because Oda makes a really, really big deal of how much time has passed and when these events are happening. So this first section that we see is 30 years ago. Let me double check. Yeah, 30 years ago. And we know Bonney is about 24. And we have another section that is said to be like 25 years ago, another one 22 years ago. So Bonney should have been born around this time frame here. And we have no image of Bonney, no baby, no mention of them having a child. So I'm wondering if that's intentional. If crazy tinfoil hat theory, Ginny is Bonney, and she has aged back to childhood, and something's going on that Kuma, for whatever reason, said, yeah, I'm just going to raise you as my daughter. I don't. That's just weird. It's just weird. I don't like it. but she also would have to have amnesia because Kuma would have had to erase her memory. It's weird. Don't like it. Don't want it. Don't like it. I lean towards it being more interesting if she was older than we thought she was, and she's actually from the Void Century, because I'm desperate for information from the Void Century, and ever since we had a character introduced from the Void Century and teleport it to our time period, but end up dying here without giving me any information, Oda, I'm desperate for someone else to show up or some information about the Void Century. Really, I'm desperate. But that doesn't make that much sense either. And then the other option is she's younger than what we actually thought. She thinks she's 24-ish, but with her abilities, plus the possibility of Kuma erasing memories, she could actually be younger than what we think she is. Most likely. I guess the other possibility is no one's lying to us and she was born during this time frame, but who knows? Who knows? While we're in mild tinfoil hat theory, let's talk about something that was not tinfoil hat theory, and that being how devil fruits relate to names and numbers. So Kuma's devil fruit, A, doesn't make that much sense to me because it can push things away, repel anything, which works almost as a teleportation / throwing, but it also works on physical illness and pain and memories, which is just an odd combination. So it works on the body, mind, and soul, spirit, health. It's a weird thing to work repulsion on. I feel like we might get another reveal of this devil fruit isn't even the devil fruit you think it is. It might, for all I know, have a different name. We'll get into why I think that in a little bit. I'm trying to find some kind of mythology that involves a bear and either healing or teleportation. I didn't really get much. There is a lot of spirituality stuff about bears and healing, but that's really all I got. But that led me into the number theory for One Piece, and that being all the devil fruits correspond from the Straw Hats, correspond to the numbers, with the exception, I think it's 2 and 9, and Kuma's devil fruit, the Niku no Mi, fits that. So there had been a theory that Kuma would join the Straw Hats to complete the number pun thing. So I only learned the Japanese numbers there's like 2 different forms. I know Ichi ni san yango, like it goes on like that. There's another form of it. I don't know when you use that one, but it seems like this theory leans a little bit more into that number system. So bear with me as I read. Yeah, so the way I know it is Ichi ni san yango roku nana hashi kyuju. The other one is Hito futa mit yon itsu miu nana ya kokono and to. So Luffy's original Gomo Gomo no Mi would be Go Mu, so 5 and 6. And then Chopper's Hito Hito no Mi would be Hii To, which is 1 and 10. Robin's Hana Hana no Mi would be 8 and 7. And then Brooke's Yomi Yomi no Mi is Yo and Mi, so 4 and 3. I apologize for pronunciation. Don't blame me. So therefore we have 5 and 6, 1 and 10, 8 and 7, 4 and 3. So we're missing 2 and 9. Did I then go through the list on Wikipedia as all the devil fruits that correspond to both versions of the number systems 2 and 9? Yes, I did. But I did more than that because we know that the Gum Gum fruit can't really count if this is going to play in it, because the Gum Gum no Mi is actually the Hito Hito no Mi model Nika. So now we need a new 5 and 6. So I also looked up both versions of the number system for 5 and 6. And I kind of like what I found. So bear with me and feel free to skip ahead, timestamps in the description, because we're just going to be talking about different devil fruits for just a moment. All right, we're starting with to try to replace the G-O-M-U. So from the Gum Gum, because it no longer falls into this anymore. The Goro Goro no Mi is the Logia type that creates lightning that Enel had. So I'm wondering if Enel's going to come back and play a role in the final battle just to complete this number pun. I do like the idea of him being like used as a battery to power an ancient weapon. I've seen that before. So I'm just wondering if that's going to come back into play. We have the Gocha Gocha no Mi, Paramecium Devil type that allows users to merge themselves with other people. It was eaten by one of the Big Mom pirates. You're going to find that a lot of these devil fruits that work with the number patterns that we're looking for are on the Big Mom pirate crew. Mushi Mushi no Mi, there's 2 of those with different models. that are like insect devil fruit. Then we have the Pa Mu no Mi devil fruit that allows the user to cause their own body or any inorganic object they touch to rupture and explode. They're turning them into a puncture human. I think we've seen that one in Dressrosa. The Bomu no Mi allows any of their body part to explode. Was eaten by someone in Baroque Works, Mr. 5. We have the Muchi no Mi that allows the user to whip the commands of anything they hit. Training humans, so I think that one was the one that was eaten by one of the Revolutionary Army. So those are just other ones to complete the 5 and 6 numbers if Luffy's no longer counts. And then we get to 2 and 9, so the obvious answer, Niku no Mi, for the Papa fruit that Kuma has. But then you have Moku no Mi, that was eaten by Smoker. Baku no Mi, Warpill King for Drum Island Kingdom with being able to eat everything. Boku no Mi, to manipulate books. Once again, one of Big Mom Pirates. Doku no Mi creates the poison, so that's the impelled down one. Fuku no Mi, to create different clothing, so that's the one from Kinemon. Shiku no Mi, to affect other ones, to affect people to have diseases, so that's the guy from the Blackbeard Pirates. Juku no Mi, decay anything they touch, so again, Wano, Shinbu, the Konichi girl. QQ no Mi, fruit that allows user to turn objects into food, which again, relating to Big Mom in terms of that person was there. Curie, why am I trying to pronounce things? Create and manipulate cream at will, so another Big Mom pirate. And then Nico, model leopard, so Rob Lucci's devil fruit. Kobo no Mi, to rally people. Oh, that's the rallying one. So the one I mentioned before was not the one from the Revolutionary Army. Don't really care. And then the last one's Fudi no Mi, the ink guy. Kanjuro had that one. Fuwa no Mi, that allows users to levitate themselves and non-living things into the air, which was eaten by Shinki. So I'm wondering if past devil fruit users if there's any combination of past pirates who had a similar naming pun rhyme thing going on. I'm interested to see what Oda's intention was. Are we just going to assume Luffy's devil fruit is going to fit the 5 and 6 category? Was Kuma ever meant to join on someone else? Is someone going to get Kuma's devil fruit and then join the crew? Is one of the crew members going to get Kuma's devil fruit? I don't want Kuma to die. Are we going to get the Seraphim Kuma to join? No, he doesn't have Kuma's power, does he? I don't remember who has what power. I want to know what Oda's plan was for these numbers, or if it's just a running gag and means absolutely nothing. I fell down the rabbit hole with this one. But now, I have to talk about Kuma taking in all that power and how that just relates back to the nothing happened moment for Thriller Bark. Because, what I didn't like about Thriller Bark is it did not make sense to me. Because this warlord shows up. The only warlord who has consistently been doing what the government said and following their orders while everyone else was off doing their own thing. He was told, show up, kill the Straw Hats. He was not told, hey, give them a chance to run away and live. He was like, they took down another warlord. We can't let this stand. It puts our strength into question. You have to take them out. No one can know what happened here. So at minimum, I'm thinking he should have at least erased the minds of everyone on the island if he had that power. But no, he only erases Zoro's. And only because Zoro took in all the pain of Luffy, saying, you cannot have my captain. I will not give him to you. But if you need someone's life, take mine. I will one day be the strongest swordsman in the world, so take the life of the future strongest swordsman rather than my captain. And he takes on all the pain. He's tested by Kuma, takes on that pain, survives, while no one else knows that he done this. And he doesn't even want the recognition. It's like, all that matters is that my friends are safe, that they survived. I will take this pain like it's nothing. And he will not tell Luffy that he took that pain from him. The same way Kuma never once told all those elderly people that he was taking in their pain for him. And now we know that Kuma had never wanted to work for the government, never wanted it to be following their orders, and he was forced into this and was a part of the rebellion. Like, I don't think we knew that during Thriller Bark. That it makes so much more sense now when he was trying to admit this little bit of control to disobey orders where he could, and that Zoro doing this would be enough for him to be like, great, I'm going to give you guys the chance to flee and leave. I'm not going to follow the orders that I was given. It makes so much sense now. And I love Oda. I love Oda's writing. My God. So the next thing we see is Ginny saying, Kuma, let's get married. And my heart. And Kuma being like, no, I don't think we can. Of course we can. Don't you love me? Say you love me. I'll make you happy. We'll be happy together, won't we? And Kuma's just like, we probably would. Of course I'd be happy with you. But I just can't. And he's thinking back to his father, saying his father was a buccaneer. It got his mother killed. It put himself and his entire family in slavery. And he just can't do that to his future family and to Bonney. And he's just saying, I don't want to be the reason that you're unhappy. This murder of a boy, he needs a happy life. Why can't Oda let him be happy? The next we're hearing is the Revolutionary Army. Well, they're not called that by name yet. But revolution is happening with Dragon. And Kuma is reading the newspaper, and my boy, he's just like, he's saving people. I want to go out to sea. I want to save people. And then we have like 22 years from present timeline. Kuma is causing trouble because the king has enacted some slavery policies, and Kuma is just like, give back the people you kidnapped. And the northern troops of the Sorbet, whatever kingdom, is just like, didn't you hear? Us in the north is allowed to do whatever we want to you people in the south. So if we want to take you and sell you into slavery or lock you up because you can't pay tribute, that's no big deal. We're allowed to do it. Kuma's like, you're selling people back into slavery. Triggered, attack, destroy, fight to the death. And my darling boy. But again, Oda's making a very specific thing to say, like, the times from present day that is going on. And I'm like, Bonney should be born around now. All we have is Kuma saying, no, I don't think we can get married. We got later on, we have Ginny being very excited to be meeting up with Kuma again when they're both in the Revolutionary Army, saying our squadrons are going to meet up. So of course I'm happy to be seeing him soon. And the surrounding soldiers being like, oh, that Kuma, he's got the heart of the one we all adore. So we're presumed they're married and already had a kid. But we don't know. Nothing's confirmed whether or not they ever really even got together. And I'm questioning how Bonney plays into this. I like it when the author is lying to us and it's just like, hey, we told you Bonney was Kuma's kid. It's heavily implied she's Ginny's kid too. But I'm not telling you that they ever were together when they had their kid. Who is Bonney? Why does everyone treat her so differently? I'm never getting over Saturn being like, oh, Bonnie's just a kid. I suppose let her live. In that one chapter, when he shouldn't care about anything or anyone, I want her to be something special. Something that Kuma's protecting. I don't know if she has a memory stored inside her, the potential to unlock something, if she's actually immortal and the Celestial Dragons can't actually kill her. We're diving into tinfoil hats theory there, but still, something about Bonney and her age and timeline just doesn't make sense to me, and I need answers. The king decides to cut the kingdom in half because heavenly tributes to the Celestial Dragons are determined by population size, so he's like, yep, this is a small section, so this is all lawless area at the bottom in the south. You older people and towns are on your own for the good of us up here in the northern half of the kingdom. And Kuma doesn't take that well. He ends up in jail along with Ginny and the other people who will eventually join Bonnie's crew. And they're just laughing, being like, well, they locked you up, so we said you gotta let him go. Got into a fight. They beat us up. Now we're all in jail. What can you do? It's like, we're here, we're together. We'll never abandon you. And I'm like, my boys, my girl, my heart. And Kuma is just he's in jail. They're like sad. And then next thing we know, Revolutionary Army, still not called that by name yet, shows up. The king's like, I gotta get out of here. Dragon's like, how the hell you are? I'm presuming Dragon killed this man, freed the slaves, disregarded their policy involving whatever type of slavery that they were doing there, freed the kingdom. Everyone is celebrating. Dragon has come to liberate them. Then they go to the prison, and Eva Ivankov is just like, Kuma, my boy, where are you? I gotta introduce you to somebody. I think you're gonna like them. And Kuma and Ginny join the Revolutionary Army. They're all excited. I love it. And I actually like the One Piece scan translations better than the TCB ones in this one instant. So what does they say? OP scans say, so Kuma says to Dragon, I'll follow you. And Dragon says, I won't let you regret this. Meaning, I won't do something to compromise the faith that you have in me. And I just like that phrasing of, I won't let you regret this. I won't let you regret joining me and fighting with me. Like, we're going to do this together. Compared to the TCB, which just says, Kuma says, you can rely on me, and Dragon says you won't regret joining us. So it's just, I don't know, the I won't let you regret it just hits a little bit harder for me, and I don't know why. But we also confirmed that Dragon was in the Marines, because he says, like, all recruits will get a weapons trainings. Like, we have no money yet. We need funding. We need to get money somewhere. So for the time being, we can only work with people who are already armed and fighting actively. But we can train people how to use these weapons. And Kuma's like, how did you learn about all this weapon stuff? And he's like, oh, I spent some time with the Marines, but I found no justice there. And I'm just like, Dragon, Monkey D. Dragon, was in the Marines with Garps, probably saw all this stuff with the Celestial Dragons, all the injustice, but rather than be like Garp and want to change it from within, he's like, peace out, I'm gonna go take you all down, I'm going to start a revolution, peace out. Garp just trying to change things from within or something. Garp is still on my list, okay? He was temporarily off my list because he did something cool, but then it's just like, he's still passively with the Celestial Dragons, even if he doesn't think he wants to be. He's passively standing with them, and I don't like it. So my only other explanation would be Garp is actually working with Dragon in a long-term play to be in the correct position to help his son with the revolution, but we know that's not actually happening, unless he was putting up a front with Kuzan being like, oh, my idiot son went and joined the revolution. When he left. I don't see that happening. Garp is just staying on my hit list. He's just staying there. I love Garp's character so very much, but he annoys me sometimes, and he's frustrating, which is why he's a good character, but I need more explanation on his motives. Why? Why does he think he can do more good in the Marines than if he left? I don't like it. All right, so time has passed. Ginny is captain of one section of the army. Kuma's in another. Kuma goes back to the Sorbet Kingdom. We still haven't seen him be officially, like, made king. If he is king during this time, cool. If Bonney is born by that time, cool. And he might be checking up on her. But Ginny and the two squadrons that they work with are about to meet up. But the next thing we know, we have Dragon Gang a message saying, we have a problem. Ginny's been captured. The enemy snuck up on us. End of panel. And I'm just like, Ginny, my girl, where is she? Who has her? If Magma Bastard has her the way that he had her daughter, I will go find a way to go into the One Piece world to kill him myself somehow. I mean, can we drown him? How do we drown him? I need an explanation how to do that. I don't know who has Ginny. She needs to be okay. We know she's not going to be okay because she's not in recent chapters. But maybe she's still captive. She's with Anime Bellemere in a prison somewhere. And I'm just, I need her to be okay. I need the next chapter, please. Oda, I am not good at waiting for, like, weekly updates at all. Like, I miss being able to binge chapters. You have no idea how much I miss being able to binge chapters. That leads me to my final question. I normally use like this website here for knowing when the next One Piece release is going to be. So should I just be looking at the bottom of the chapter panels and it says Oda break week and that is the confirmation of a break week? Or is there another place that says when the breaks are going to be? Because this guy has been pretty accurate since I've been caught up. But it's saying there's a break week next week, but there's nothing on the bottom of the chapter. And most people are telling me that there is a chapter next week. So I'm just going to be very happily surprised if I get answers early, because I need to know where my girl is. All right, so that is all I got. I will talk to you later. Bye.